Aradin's back with his tail between his legs. I'm glad for your help, but I'd hoped you were Halsin. The druid in charge of this grove. At least, he was. Guess if he didn't come back with Aradin, that might not be the case. No more trouble. Yet. Never ends.
Cannon?
He's gone.
I'm sorry, Arca.
Don't be sorry. Fetch some help.
It's too late. He's gone.
No! Someone's going to pay for this.
Arca, no, wait! What are you doing?
I've never had cause to visit a druid's grove before. Magic weighs heavier here, seeking solace in root.
Not everyone subscribes to what is mine is yours, it seems.
Refugees, adventurers, no one in years, and suddenly we're overwhelmed. Well met. And thank you for beating back those goblins. Most brave of you. Is there anything you need? Act fast if you do. The ritual will be complete before too long. I pray no goblin arrow has grazed you. Nettie could put you to rights. She should be with the others in the inner chambers, but I doubt she'll be taking on new patients. The grove will be locked down soon. I know it's drastic, but more monsters seem to terrorize this region every day. We druids will be safe. As for those that took refuge here, well, may Sylvanas guard them as they continue their travels. As I said, it's a drastic measure, but the survival of the grove is paramount. There just aren't enough supplies to support everyone. Just some bits and bobs I no longer need. Sylvanas, guide your path.
This grove is kept by Sylvanus' faithful.
Hells! We can't just leave. They're kin!
I'll not gamble our lives, our futures, on people who are as good as dead. We must leave for Baldur's Gate at once.
Can we all just take a moment, please?
What's the point in blades and spells if we don't bloody use them? We should stay! These people aren't fighters. We can help!
Or yell louder. That's fine too.
Thank you. It's the right thing to do, and you know it.
She's right, Roland. We're better than this.
Zurgen. Fine, I'll stay too. Lest you both end up with your throats slit by goblin blade.
Thank you, Roland.
No warriors. How long until Roland shows off his thunder wave?
Depends.
This place is a bloody death trap, not a sanctuary.
That seems a little too interested in me.
He stares right past you, as if you're invisible. Or boring. You see nothing out of the ordinary. As you turn back, the child slips between the rocks. You look the rocks over, but find no sign of a way through.
Just once. Yeah, just once.
Elbows high, waiting's out of time. And swing. If we left, we could at least make
Go on. Give me a best shot. Not bad. Again.
I can't do it. I'm not like you.
Umi, I don't need you to be like me. You just have to buy enough time to run. Come on. I believe in you. You can do this. You're on the right path, Umi. Go on now. Practice what you've learned. Well met. The Blade of Frontiers at your...
The man's smile bends downward, and his thoughts become yours. You are the Blade of Frontiers, racing through the wastes of Avernus. Just ahead, a diabolical figure, red skin, single curled horn, blazes with flame, bloodied great axe held high.
Hell's great fires. You were on the ship. Doomed to shed our skin and become a lithid, or so the stories go. But we haven't sprouted any tentacles. Not yet, anyway. Could just be good luck. I'm not so...
Your minds collide once more. Wyll chases the fiend ignited with rancor. She is an infernal war devil. A threat to the living. Evil incarnate.
Shit! You saw her. Advocatus Diaboli.
Advocatus Diaboli. A devil's advocate. A champion in the blood war between diabolical forces and demons.
That ship sailed the Styx already. All I can hope for is to limit the damage.
Her name is Karlach, an archdevil soldier I swore on my good eye to kill. I tracked her through the hells to the Mind Flayer ship, but the damned Illithids infected me before I could end her.
She's out there now, preying on the innocent.
I don't kill her, she'll leave behind nothing but a trail of corpses. Just so you know, my first duty is Karlach. I'm oath-bound to go after her. But I won't deny this infection is bothersome. I accept your invitation. I'm up for the challenge. You've just got to make a little space. A splendid plan. We'll talk more there. Again. Swing and swing. Parry. And again. Swing and swing.
Goblins, druids. This grove is a death trap. Grab what you can and get out. That's my advice.
How long do you think we've got before the goblins come?
The rat's eyes soften as he emits a pained squeak. You realize the source of his discomfort. One of his front teeth is chipped. The rat pauses, gauging whether his chipped tooth is in fact life-threatening. Apparently satisfied, he beckons you with the squeak. Follow.
Right. I've got food, water, my dagger.
And again. Swing and swing and... Oh.
Whoa! Hey! Can't say I've ever seen someone like you before. Go on. Take this ring. It's lucky.
Call it. Heads or tails? Heads it is. See? That's the kind of luck you get from one of my lucky rings. I've got more where that came from. Real cheap, too. Interested? Hey, hold on, you gotta pay for that. You got it. One sec. That's what I got. Nothing caught your eye, huh?
You realize your bag feels light. You were just robbed.
Hey, you're back. Here to buy some stuff? Me? No, promise. You know who you should talk to? Moll. Her office is through the crack in the wall over there, if you can fit. Yeah? Are they bored to death? Go on. Moll's waiting.
Oh, hi. Me? Suspicious? No? Stop yelling at me, or I'll call Moll. What? No, it wasn't her. She's my boss. I shouldn't have said that. I gotta go.
Before you can say anything else, she sprints away.
Something over there. Not a chance I'll fit in there. Not a chance I'll fit in there.
How delicious. That thing is small, and I am not.
Let's get going. Not a chance I'll fit in there.
Hey, you're back. Here to buy some stuff?
please, let us through.
Let my daughter go right now!
She's a thief, hellspawn. And you will wait for Korga's judgment. Now get back!
Oh, let me through, Mragrashem, or I'll rip your damn throat out!
Lives are at stake.
We could have taken those guards.
I'd rather you not get eaten by a bear.
Those dirt kissers would let us die.
Because that went so well last time. We need to get Arabella out. Now!
You heard the guards. They're waiting.
I'd sooner trek through the 9 hells than trust that snake. Ugh.
Arabella tried to steal their idol. Druids lost their damn minds about it.
Oh, it's all my fault. I told her I wish...
Now Arabella's being judged by...
This grove is like a cauldron about to boil over. I say we check in on the child. Make sure she comes to no harm.
Thank you. They won't give us the time of day.
Hurry! I'm at the end of my tether as is. Can't take this waiting.
Come, Magrin. Give him a chance. You, get back! No, and you'll find trouble all the same unless you get out of my sight.
A moment, Giona.
What? Oh, I understand. You. Apparently Korga wants to see you. Go ahead.
Keep their confidence, if you insist. Ah, my good friend. You were at the gates just now, no? When the goblins came? You saw them up close? A few questions, if you please. There's no overstating my interest. Glory, how would you describe that
You search your mind, successfully recalling various details of goblin behavior.
My, a scholar after my own heart. Spent much time among goblins? Shocking little creatures, aren't they? I myself plan to record the world's most extensive catalogue of their means and habits. Now, and the dragon they had marching in the rear, was it of the brass or silver variety? Witnesses failed to notice the obvious dragon. Last question, then you'll be quite free. Did the attackers rally to the absolute when they fell upon the gates? They did, didn't they? I've interrogated one. A captive in this very camp. She reports they've abandoned their god Magla... The scandal! Never you mind. I'm on my way to their camp as we speak. I always knew my studies in Gukliak would come to some use. My friend, every story benefit until we meet again.
Agene culamor in umbra tua pater arborum.
understand.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Have you lost your senses, Gorga? Really?
Please. I'm sorry.
This is madness, Korga. She's just a...
A what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil. And I will cast out every stranger. Girl? You mean parasite? She eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Come, Korga. We took back the idol. Surely...
Do it. Very well. Sif, Tila, to me! Out, thief. My grace has its limits.
It hurts.
Thank you, Korga. Master Halsin...
Halsin isn't here. Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
I know that look. You're wondering why I was in pain. It's just an old wound that hurts me from time to time. Nothing to be concerned about. It's nothing to... It's just something I have to live with. Quite a lot, if I'm being honest. But it always passes quickly, so I can manage. Positive. You can trust me on that.
There's no story. None that you're entitled to hear, anyway. Just forget you ever saw it. We've been through quite a lot, with likely more to come. Care to narrow it down a little? I suppose we'd go our separate ways. Not a slight on your company, of course. Perhaps. Perhaps not. If we do survive, we'll have separate lives to return to. I need to get to Baldur's Gate. There's someone waiting for me there. Someone I have to reach. As soon as possible. Thank you. And you're right. It's a delicate matter. Not something for light conversation. I must admit, you've been a surprise. Besides, you saved my life aboard the Nautiloid. Must I? Thinking about it won't help. We know what to do, so let's do it. Find a way to... Personally, I think finding this Halcyon is our best bet. Must we? No harm in a little mystery, don't you think? Easier's often less interesting. Besides, we've plenty of reason to rely on each other already. Thank you. I'm sure we'll get along perfectly well.
Tiring business, isn't it? Why don't we take a little break, Allow ourselves a few moments of rest? Gives me a chance to talk to you about something, well, rather important. We've been on the road together for a while now, haven't we? Survived some perils, overcame some obstacles. Ever since you were kind enough to free me from that stone, I've seen you demonstrate remarkable guile and courage. The way you diffused the tension between Zevlor and Aradin. The way you got Korga to release the girl. In short, I've grown to trust you. The reason I make a point of saying this is that I've grown confident enough to tell you something I've yet to tell another living soul, except for my cat. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly. The specifics are rather personal, but suffice it to say that it is a malady I've learned to live with, though not without some effort. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside. Oh, staffs, tomes, cowls. The form doesn't matter, so long as it's brimming with weave. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It's only a matter of time before my craving returns. That is why I turn to you. I need you to help me find magic items to consume. It is vital. Dare I say it? Critical. As luck would have it, Faerun is full of them, though I do feel obliged to point out that items of power tend to be in the hands of the powerful. There'll be danger involved, or great cost. Splendid. Bit of boldness will serve us well. I'm sure we won't have to look very far to find what I need. Faerun overflows with magic-infused treasure. I know the allure magic artifacts hold. I understand their value. But if I may be so bold, I hope I can count on you.
Go on. Say it. You think I'm a monster? Yes, you would say so. I know your kind. You see only villains and victims. A viper bears her fangs defending her brood. I call her mother, you call her monster. No matter. I took back the idol of Sylvanas, and the rite is resumed. We will seal the grove, free from harm, free of intruders. And mine perish if he stays. You showed great mettle at the gate. The mettle of a skilled sword for hire. I want you to provide your services to Zevlor. Offer to guide the Outlanders out of the grove. I'm sure they'll reward you well. They're to be gone before final prayer. If they are not, the Viper must strike. You will do more than speak. This tale ends but one way. With the Outlander rot cleansed, and the grove forever shrouded.
Yet she failed. That's what matters.
You did well to speak up for the girl. That snake is fickle. A tragedy prevented. Well seen. Well spotted. We've let a snake replace our leader. Master Halsin. Perhaps goblin caught, perhaps dead. He'd set mistress. More will die if the rite is finished. So many more, sent into a world gone mad. Would you? I would give anything to see Halsin return home. Sylvanas' blessing. Halsin is an elf with the presence of a bear. He left west with the... You won't mistake the first druid for anyone else. I wish I could offer. I hope to see both.
Please leave. Our hospitality has limits, and they were crossed long ago.
Don't touch me. Quite ready for you. Is that blood? No, never mind.
I don't want blood on my hands.
We have the right to defend our home.
So that's what you want? To kill a bunch of innocents?
I don't want to kill anyone, but I won't let this grove be harmed. Not again.
Come, Silver. Stay close.
I see you. Just give me a moment. A moment. This may be Catherine's. There. It's up to her now. Life or death. Now, what was it you needed? I do what I can. For most folks, that's enough. Come here. Let's have a look at you. You seem healthy enough. A bit tired round the eyes, maybe. A tadpole. A mind flayer tadpole. I'll do what I can. Come, follow me. I might be able to help. We need to be quick. This way. This one had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after. I'll do the best I can. I'm no Master Halsin, mind. He'd have your tadpole out like that. Still, we have options. You don't have to be here for this.
Please, don't mind me. I'll just watch.
All right. Let's see what we can do. Of course. Now, tell me what's been happening. Any symptoms? Strange events? It recognized you as being infected. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening. A mind flayer ship? Look, you've been straight with me, but you seem like a good soul. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms. The thorn? Coated in a fatal toxin. It was a last resort, in case I couldn't trust you. I don't have a cure. Only a way out. I'm sorry for misleading you, but I had to be sure you weren't a threat before I told you everything. Now, do I have your word or not? I hope it doesn't come to that, but thank you. Here. You know, I've spent my life treating folk and never once saw a mind flayer, and Master Halsin and I were tracking them, studying them, trying to figure, because you should all be changing. There should be a small army of mind flayers out there. But you're not. For one, that thing in your head is like nothing we've ever... It's one of their worms for sure. But this one gives you powers. Not yet, anyhow. Hard to say, but there's a lot. When Master Hal, whatever he found there, he didn't make it back. The thing is, I've sent birds to find him, but the plague, you though, you're one of them. If you can find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned, and perhaps he can. Thank you. I wish I could tell you more. All I can say for sure is they all went to the old temple of Selûne. Good luck out there. And if things start to go bad... Step at a time, Nettie. Come on.
Wyvern poison. Never tried it, and
So, we're traveling with the famed Blade of Frontiers. I feel safer already.
What did I tell you? Soon.
Would that we could speak freely, my Earthside friend. Alas, I've never learned.
Few outsiders are allowed in here.
You ever scare...
Mom!
Our little Hellion told us what happened. Thank you. Don't know what we'd do without her. Likewise. Arabella?
Thank you for helping me. Stop. I was fine.
Your mother was a heartbeat away from fighting a bear.
Isn't that how Mum usually is?
Quiet, you pup. Those druids are going to get us killed! We could help each other, but...
Not a chance I'll fit in there.
Heartless bastards.
Again. Swing and swing. Parry. And again. Swing and swing and...
You ain't gonna shoot me. Your hands are shaking.
Put it down. She can't fight back.
That's the point. Get out of the way!
She didn't kill your brother, Arka. You're better than this.
Shoot before you lose your nerve, Tiefling. If you ever had it to begin with. Looks like the absolute...
You! Move! You're right. I wish you weren't. I really do. Damn you. Damn it! Why do you care if a goblin lives or dies? If you believe anything the beast tells you, you're an idiot.
It's all right, Arka. Let's go.
Let me out, you butt... Ain't sure why you're protecting me. Don't care, neither. It's too late to make friends. They're gonna burn this pretty place for the glory of the Absolute and hang you by your guts. Goddess. We're burning her name across the face of the world, we are. The Absolute is gold from the sky, she is. The blessing in the storm and the storm itself. My tribe can tell you everything there is to know. Absolute blessed one of our own. Priestess Gut. Got a whole lab set up. cooks up potions that fix our lads no matter how much of a beating they take. Could probably stick your head back on if someone was to chop it off. Mighty booyarg.
Booyarg. The goblin word for magic. Primitive to a fault, but not entirely without merit.
Get me out of here, and I'll tell you where to find her. Deal? Even if you did find my tribe, they'd set the wargs on you. You need me. Get me out of here, and I'll tell them what a good friend you are. Suit yourself. Looking... You're gonna be...
Believe it or not, but I witnessed a similar standoff back at the Yawning Portal. Of course, an establishment like that invites all sorts of outlandish and... Oh, a drow, a dragonborn, and a cleric of Cyric walk into a bar. Your standard fare. Maybe someone was cheating at cards. Maybe it was some weird lover's quarrel. In any case, out came the crossbow, and a hush fell over the entire room. I stood up and yelled. The crowd cheered. The tension in a place like the Yawning Portal. The most, mind you, all I did was call for ale, but you went and drink to that.
And your birdies, and your dogs. Let me out, you bunch of softies!
To bring.
Thanks for fighting off those goblins. My selection's pretty slim. I had to leave most of my equipment in Elturel. Hells take me. Right, what I wouldn't do for better tools.
Those goblins will root. You and I will do some good here.
Why, hello there, sweetness. If it isn't the talk of the camp. It's a rare day when I see one of you lot about. Thank goodness you came along when you... Oh! There's an awful slump to those broad shoulders of yours, Petal. Are you hurt? Cold? Feverish? Auntie Ethel will sort you out. I've lotions and potions galore. Aha! You take a sup at that and you'll feel right as rain, sweetie.
As you down the potion, a comforting warmth spreads through you.
I swear you're still as peaky looking. Oh, I I've seen it all. I once had a fella who'd been caught dabbling with a dryad. The wife was none too pleased and introduced him to a pot of boiling oil. But worry not. I fixed him up, and depending on the lighting, he looks good as new. My point is, whatever ails you, I promise I've seen worse.
Something doesn't add up about this one. Don't tell her anything.
What is it, Petal? What's wrong?
As you recount your adventure, Auntie Ethel nods along, her eyes wide.
You poor pet! My heart goes out to you, truly. I see no sign of a tentacle yet, but that could change in an instant. You need help. Serious help. I've ne'er a potion or lotion here that could do it, but... yes, I may have something at home. I've collected some... You'll have to stop by my house. Let me mark it on your map. I'll be heading back soon, so I can meet you there. Now, do you need anything? I have a few odds and ends. Hey, bother. Be careful on the road. I'd hate if something happened to you. Take care, Petal.
We're exposed.
Don't make me urge you, boy.
Too late! Looking at you is painful enough.
Never get a smell.
Damn goblins!
Like the sight of blood, do you? Might be more blood spilled yet, if Zevlor starts in on the lectures again. Well, finally. We expected a soft job. Something to test the new lad, maybe. Most would have turned tail at the sight. But not Liam, no. He charged him, the stupid bastard. Nah. He hoped they cut him down quick before... Small mercies.
You're being arrested for theft. If you have a defense, make it now. You've convinced them, for now. But
I heard what happened. Thank you for protecting the child. If the druids are this far gone...
So we can risk violence here, or face it for certain on the road. Quite the choice, isn't it? It's good of you to offer, but there's a whole army of goblins out there. We'd need an army of our own to escort us safely to Baldur's Gate. And while I don't doubt your abilities, you're no army. There may be a way, though. Goblins are ill-disciplined. It's unlike them to organize so cleverly. Somebody must be leading them, bringing discipline to their ranks. Take out that leadership, and they'll scatter. It's no small thing to ask, but I've seen you fight. You're equal to the task. Everyone in this camp depends on it. Thank you. We'll be ready to leave as soon as you...
You again.
You're the one who helped at the gate.
Wound looks clean. Small mercies.
Don't you lie to me. I know you haven't.
Touch me and...
When we get to the city.
Only gonna ask you one more time, boy. Hand over my locket.
I don't have your ugly locket.
Hand it over or I'll slap the teeth out of your head. You threatening me? You don't understand. The kid stole my locket. These little devils get away with everything because... You'll get yours someday.
Maybe you will, but personally, I doubt it. See you around.
The waiting's getting to me. If we left, we could at least make a run for it.
Hey, you're back. Here to buy some stuff?
You died. Did you hear me? What your mother and I have done.
Again. Swing and swing. Parry. No. Ah. And again. Swing and swing and... Oh.
Can't keep the goblins out forever. This is no fortress. We're no warriors.
No more trouble.
Glad you made it inside. There'll be more coming. Goblins hunting packs. Maybe, but we're not. The sooner we leave for Baldur's Gate, the better. If the road was clear, 10 days walk, maybe. But while the goblins are out.
Glad you were here for those goblins. Well, that should have killed her, but she kept gasping. That's what Zevlor said too. I want to help.
A better position. Delicious. Outflank, outsmart. Another fight. Let's go. Don't waste a step. Should get started.
Got to concentrate. Got to move.
Nothing will stand in my way. Cutting to the chase.
Need to act fast.
You have good timing. Never been much of a fighter, so wrestling a bugbear would have gone poorly. But you're not here for heroics, are you? Avernus's stench is all over your skin. Let me guess. Your devil mistress sent you to get her soul coin back. Too bad. I earned it, fair and square. You almost seem honest. Care to explain why you reek of the hells? Well, that's quite the story. And I thought I was doomed. Now I feel sorry for you. Here. Take this. It's worth a fortune. But a fortune's not worth much if you're dead. Consider it payment for saving my life.
A soul coin, true to its name, holds a mortal soul inside. It serves in the Nine Hells as very valuable currency.
Still breathing, despite everything.
That coin's worth plenty. Don't let a squid get their tentacles on it.
So, do you have loves waiting for you once this is all over?
You know what? That is not the easiest of questions for me to answer.
You mean just waiting? Like a lovesick puppy? Short-term amusements are much less hassle. You know what I really miss about Baldur's Gate? The food. Freshest fish I've ever had.
I don't care for fish. Red meat, now, that's a different matter. Rare as can be. Dripping.
unless we find a cure, you won't have any teeth to chew it with soon enough.
People up ahead. Something's wrong.
Stop it! You're scaring him. You're a true soul. You can't die. Please, stay with us.
I don't think he's conscious. Can you hear us, Ed?
You, not a step closer.
A strange symbol glows, marked on their flesh, and something within you stirs in response.
An oil bear. Please, do you have any...
Shut up, Andric. Do you serve the Absolute?
Wait.
The injured man locks eyes with you. A familiar squirming churns in your head. Your minds intertwine. You see his siblings, Andric and Brenna, new recruits, yours to shepherd.
Protect them. He is a true soul. Mind him. He will... He...
Edwin! Ed! Please!
He's with the Absolute now. You're a true soul. Edwin, our brother, he was chosen. Like you. Do you have orders for us? We were reporting to Edwin. I don't know any druids. We know that all too well, sir, but the Absolute sent us here.
We're looking for fugitives. Survivors from that ship that crashed farther west of here. You! Brenna! Kill him!
Make it hurt.
Where do I go from here? Another day, another fight.
Swords meet sorcery.
I'm ready. Might as well take a look.
rough tempest I will raise, in striking distance.
Let's finish this.
What do you need now?
You should search that corpse.
I am enjoying our walks together. Aren't you, Game?
Sure. In silence.
Do you have someone waiting for you in Baldur's Gate, Astarion? A sweetheart, perhaps?
Not one in particular. The city is a veritable feast of sweethearts.
You must be eager to get back, then. Slimmer pickings out in this wilderness.
I've known a few warlocks in my time. Talented, of course, though sometimes too eager to listen to the devils on their shoulders. Comes with the territory, unfortunately. Your enterprising approach to my problem is most encouraging. But it is a delicate process to keep my condition stable. I do not yet need to consume an item, but keep it close by. It will not be too much longer.
Think of it as tribute. As long as I pay, there will be peace.
I can assure you, the battlefield would extend well beyond the...
The goblins still infest the roads. As long as their leaders live, Zevlor's people are trapped. Karlach's fires raged in Baldur's Gate before she escaped to Avernus, as my source told it. And she was planning to return. One of the archdevils Zariel's own, chaos incarnate, a devil with pure fire for a heart. I made my way to Avernus to stop her. She fled from my reach. Even climbed aboard the Mind Flayer ship as it screeched through the hells. I followed in close pursuit. I can't bear to imagine the lives Karlach might be taking, the damage she might be doing. A powerful friend with a keen interest in privacy. I'm sworn to say no more. All right. Anything more we should discuss? A most vicious one, in fact. It's made from pure bloodstone, carved from the Galena Mountains just north of the Moonsea. A reminder that sometimes blood must be shed and sacrifices must be made. But that story is reserved for lifetime friends and calmer days. By all means. My father once said, one does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call. So it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I heard it. A child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse blared into the soil next to him. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after. Proud? No. Angry. Angry at the monsters preying on innocents. Angry at the so-called good gods for tolerating the cruelty of the evil. Angry at myself that it took so long for me to see the coast suffering. The frontiers demanded a blade. And so I heeded. And it's nice to meet someone of your talents. Having a worm wriggling in my skull didn't instill much confidence in the days ahead. With you as my ally, the future looks a little less daunting.
You again.
The Blade of Frontiers. Let's hope Wyll lives up to his name. We'll need all the help we can get. Fine. What's on your mind? I must admit, you've been a surprise. Besides, you saved my life aboard the Nautiloid. How...
You again. Darling, I'm hurt. I guess it sounds awful.
The Blade of Frontiers at your... That's the spirit. The pride of the Gate.
have a lot on my mind. Well, in it.
Sleep well, flitting between dreams and nightmares. Maybe you wake up because you know something is wrong, or maybe you just get lucky.
Shit. No, it's not what it looks like. I swear. I wasn't going to hurt you. I just needed, well, blood.
There, in the dim firelight, you see him for what he really is. A vampire, a slave to sanguine hunger.
I've never killed anyone. Well, not for food. I feed on animals. Boars. Deer. Kobolds. Whatever I can get. But it's not enough. Not if I have to fight. It feels so weak. If I just had a little blood, I could think clearer. Fight better. Please.
A strange sensation courses through you, and your companion's mind unfolds, secrets half revealed.
At best, I was sure you'd say no. More likely, you'd ram a stake through my ribs. No. I needed you to trust me. And you can trust me. Thank you. Do you think you could trust me just a little further? I only need a taste. I swear. Really? Of course. Not one drop more. Let's make ourselves comfortable, shall we?
It's like a shard of ice into your neck, a quick, sharp pain that fades to throbbing numbness. Your breath catches, your pulse quickens. Yourself. You can feel your blood racing, coursing through both your bodies. A gentle, numb feeling starts to spread.
Of course. I was just swept up in the moment. But it worked. I feel good. Strong. Happy. But I didn't. And that's what matters. And look what you've gained. Together, we can take on the world. Shouldn't take long. So many people need killing. Now, if you'll excuse me, you're invigorating, but I need something more filling. This is a gift, you know. I won't forget it.
You watch as he stalks towards the forest, stronger, more confident, ready to hunt.
Good morning. How do you feel? It'll pass. Just be glad I'm not a true vampire. A bite from them and you might wake up as a vampire spawn, like my good self. All of a vampire's hunger, but few of their powers. Oh no. I should be cinders in this light. I hadn't seen the sun for 200 years before we crashed here. Someone, or something, wants me alive. They've changed the rules. Standing in the sun, wading through a river, wandering into homes without an invitation. They're all perfectly mundane activities now. As for my other quirks, well, we can figure those out in time. You're such a sweetheart. I'm just glad you're being sensible about these revelations. I was worried people might turn up with torches and pitchforks. Although there's still time.
A vampire? Well, that explains the pallor. Given our group's nature, I don't see much harm. We're each monsters in the making, after all.
Fine. As long as he keeps his fangs off our necks.
Quite the opposite. I'm here in the spirit of openness and honesty, to work together as a team.
Maybe we could get him to wear a bell. Dissuade any nighttime prowling.
There now. We're all friends again. Shall we go? There's a long day ahead of us.
Well met.
Have you wondered what people will say, Wyll, when they find out the monster hunter is becoming a monster?
I've faced countless perils and conquered them all. This will be no different.
I've always had a soft spot for the confident ones. They always disappoint, though.
defender of the people.
The dog lowers his hackles, his head tilted inquisitively. Convinced that you're harmless, he turns his attention back to the corpse. Around his neck is a collar etched with a name, Scratch. With a deep, heartbroken whine, the dog bows his head. The dog whimpers nervously, as if to urge you on. The dog looks at his owner with sad eyes. He does not move. The dog sniffs your hand, his tail swung low in understanding. He knows how to find you.
Let's move.
The dog watches the corpse, a quiet whine escaping with every breath.
You're an impressive fighter, Gale. You should consider a new name.
I take it you have some suggestions?
The Wizard Wonder. Or how about the Master of the Weave?
Tempting, but I think we might already have the maximum number of theatrical titles.
I saw you training those children. You're so gentle. That's not how I was taught.
Cruel words strengthen neither heads nor hearts, Shadowheart.
I wouldn't quite say that. I learned the lesson, after all.
And came to resent your tutor, I bet. I taught them to fight, not to hate.
The dog watches the corpse. A quiet whine. The dog whimpers nervously, as if to urge you on. The dog looks at his owner with sad eyes. He does not move. The dog sniffs your hand, his tail swung low in under.
So, Wyll, what was the Blade of Frontier's toughest kill?
Ah, it was a great scrap. A hungry minotaur with a hankering for human flesh. An axe-bearing mountain of fur she was. Gave me a nasty scar.
I hope you don't mind if I don't ask to see it. So, Wyll with a Y. Why?
Why? That's right.
But
an empty mind flare vessel.
Why?
If its occupant survived, then there were to be seen.
But I just figured he couldn't spell.
Owlbear tracks. Its nest must be nearby. That stench. Dead owlbear prey, no doubt.
An unusual place to find a shrine of Selûne, but there it is. A wizard sealed this chest. Wasn't an amateur either.
This thing won't yield its contents easily.
Road to Baldur's Gate is a long one. Who knows how long it'll take these folks to get there on foot.
If they make it. They're slow, vulnerable. Half or more will die long before Basilisk Gate.
Doesn't seem to trouble you a jot.
What good would it do for me to be troubled?
We can't save them all.
Used to think the goblins would kill us the second we set foot outside. Well, I still think they'll kill us. But at least we can put up a fight. Plenty of us fell to monsters already. But if you're so sure we will, why not put a little gold on the line? I'm sure you're good for it. Just leave the gold on my corpse. After seeing you at the gate, I'm sure you'll last longer than us. Excellent. And since I ain't one to leave a debt unpaid, that means we're destined to meet in Baldur's Gate. Looking forward to it.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
We're exposed now.
Blade at the ready.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
What will we do for work when we... I think I'd make a fine teacher.
Need anything else? Of course. But please, remember, you're not the only one in need.
Sylvanas...
Tracks like these puncture the soil across the Sword Coast. Goblins, of course.
Glowing eyes are rarely a good sign. Best be careful. Hells. I need to hold on.
When he was screaming.
A hero at heart. Silence is golden.
Minthara's gonna skin us. No one knows about this day.
I need to hold on.
I should get these wounds taken care
Well met. I am a magical projection of Gale of Waterdeep, and if you see this manifestation, that means I have prematurely perished. However, for reasons that cannot be disclosed, it is of vital importance that my death...
I wonder what the next move is.
A long way from Waterdeep.
Where am I needed?
All right, what now?
One horn.
Well, I'll be God's damned. The Blade of Frontiers. Thought I'd shaken you for good. That'll teach me to underestimate you. Bloody right. An honor to be chased by the Blade of Frontiers, but I...
A great heat roars through you. Her heat, fiery as the hells. Then you're lost in visions of demonic armies as you tear through a landscape of fire and blood. The Blood War. You saw it from above as the Nautiloid passed through Avernus. This woman was on the front line.
What was that?
Evidence. Proof that you're a devil. A gladiator in the archdevil Zariel's army.
I can explain, but it's a whole situation. If you just hear me out...
Another vision. Karlach's blade raised, slicing through devils, Zariel's servants, as her eyes dart around, seeking escape. Her rage and desperation seep into you. She is a victim of the Blood War, not an agent of it.
She's trying to trick us. Don't believe her lies.
You saw the truth. I never wanted to serve Zariel. I was enlisted in her army against my will. Forced to fight, and fight I did. When I saw an opportunity to get away, I took it. Finally home. Or near it, anyway.
You served her. That's enough to damn you.
Wyll catches his breath and his lips straighten. Sheer dread twists his face.
You don't know what you're saying. You're asking me to trust a devil.
Listen to sense now. I don't want this to end badly for either of us. You know monsters, right? Better than anyone. Look into my eyes. Can't you see I'm not what you think?
Shit. You really are no devil, are you? I've been deceived.
Oh, thank the gods. Thought I was gonna have to take your head.
You would have died in the attempt. But there have been enough threats today.
Truce then, eh?
Aye. Truce.
I'm Karlach, but you already knew that. And you are... Well met, soldier. Nice to meet a friendly around here. It's been tough going so far. I may not be a devil, but I can put the Blade's reputation to work. How would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards? Little background, if your moral compass needs something to point at. You already know I fought in the Blood War. I was good. Really good. It turns out I've got a knack for killing demons. That made me a valuable asset. Zariel, the archdevil herself, made me as her personal attack dog. I played along until I could get the fuck out of there. But devils don't like to lose their assets. Zariel liked it, So little. She sent a bunch of goons, so-called paladins of Tyr, to take me back. Problem is, I'm not going. Fuck yes! They cornered me outside the toll house just up the hill. Doubt they've gone far after the scorching I gave them. Then we can work on evicting this parasite and take Faerun by their short hairs. Sound good?
She's, perhaps a little rough around the edges. But I suppose I can be smooth enough for two.
I'd hug you if it wouldn't scorch your skin off.
Looks like your troops all trooped up. You'll need to send someone packing if you want me to join.
The mind is strong, but the knees... well, they are a little sore. I'll gladly put my feet up.
Excellent. Let's go.
Don't be shy.
Still alive. So that's progress.
So, Wyll, now that we've made peace, how about we get to know each other properly? What's your story?
Not so much a story as a pantomime. And I've played my part all too poorly.
I would too. Go on, Wyll. We're listening. Who sicked you on me?
You're not the only one who's had a villain's knife held to your throat, Karlach.
You make it sound like a harvest of devils coming for you, Wyll.
You're closer than you know. One night soon when we make camp, the veil will be lifted, and I'll face my penance. You're not in any danger, I promise. I can't say the same about me.
Funny you should ask. I was just thinking about what would have become of us without that Nautiloid. I mean, I know where I'd be. Trapped in Avernus still, with the Blade of Frontiers on my tail. But what about you?
I can picture you getting mixed up in some outrageous shit. Giants, beholders, Thayans, the works. Maybe once we've wrapped up the current shenanigans, we'll rest a bit and find some new heap of troubles to throw ourselves at.
Looks empty.
Please, no more. Leave us in peace, and we shall leave you in kind.
Cut the crap, Anders. I know what you are.
Don't let her hurt us. Please, we just want to go home.
Nothing in his demeanor betrays him.
I'll tell you whatever you wish to know. Just let us live, please.
This is rich. They serve the archdevil Zariel. Biggest liar in all the realms. Seems her servants have picked up some of Mummy's tricks. Believe me, these sneaky fucks won't stop till they have me hog-tied at her feet.
It isn't true. Half of us are badly injured, the other half dead. I admit we ambushed you. An assignment from our god, Tyr. We thought you a devil, and with your flames you proved us right. But Tyr will not consign us to our death. He is merciful. Leave us, and we'll leave you. Enough! Enough! I'll not play pretend anymore. Karlach, you're going home in pieces if needs must. And you'll soon learn what it means to ally yourself with the likes of this garbage.
Avernus was never my home. It was my prison. I'm free now. And I'm never going back! Eat it.
Never a dull moment. No time for mercy.
Worse than gnolls out there.
Nothing we need to worry about.
How about a dragon? Would that worry you?
I'd give it a bloody good fight, that's for sure.
Only thing you give a dragon is bad gas.
Can't give up, not now.
Take my hand.
No holding back. Making my move.
What now? fleet of foot.
This is gonna feel good. Close ranks.
What's the plan? On I go.
Still breathing, despite everything. Swift as my feet can carry me. I must heal.
In position.
No holding back. Coming through.
Ready. Got to move. We need everyone alive.
fleet of foot.
Fuck yes.
Talk to me.
Much longer.
Jimmy on the go.
My faith will protect me. Keep going.
Can't even catch my breath. These boots have seen everything.
Nothing important is ever easy. With haste.
What should I do? Onward. No time to dally.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Bloody right. A great heat roar. Then you'll laugh the blood horn.
What was evidence?
I can another vision. Her rage.
You served her. That's enough to doubt. You don't know what you're saying. You're asking me to trust a devil.
Listen to sense now. You know, monster.
Shit. You really...
Truce, then?
Aye. truce.
I'm Karlach. Well met. I may not be a... How would you feel about... Little back. You already know... Turns out I played along. Zariel liked it. So... Fuck yes! Then we...
I like her. She looks like she could throw me over her shoulder and carry me to safety, should the need arise.
I'd hug you if it wouldn't scorch your skin off. You know I'm up for it, but your party's a little full.
The mind is strong.
Let's hop. Hey, I mean, I know where I'd be. I can... Maybe once we've wrapped up... What can I do you for? Yeah, let's go straight... Just to say, by the way, they're not really paladins. Lackeys of the Archdevil. Trust me, I'll tell you all about it after we take... Depends on the type. Demons on the other... Sharp instincts, sharp weapons, and a knack for... Anyway, what were we talking about? Hey, good looking. So, Wyll.
Not so much a story.
Go on. Well,
It means...
you make...
You're close. One night soon when we make camp, the veil will be lit. You're not in any danger.
Keep that beast away from us. Me, the beast?
Beast!
Let's get this over with.
You sort of fight.
It's bright.
Finding my way.
Let's cook with fire, baby. route.
No choice but to keep going. One day I'll catch a break.
Got to press on.
Coming through.
All right, Karlach. It's go time. Over there.
I won't give in. Breathe deep and move.
These are
Blood comes easy these days. Best be on my way. Two steps at a time. Well, so much for peace. Time to press ahead. Hope this ends well.
Smell blood. Ready for this?
Come on, can't stay idle. Let's get this over with.
Fuck them. Fuck Thariel. I won't go back. I'm never going back. And if any of Mummy's little friends want to pick up where the others left off, they'll find nothing but a pile of ash. That's right, she won't. She can't. She couldn't even lay a finger!
Attention!
Just try it, L'Oreal! Come on!
I need healing.
That ought to do it. Felt good letting off a little steam after facing off with those ignots. Granted, the fire lasted a little longer than it should. Careful, soldier. If I burn any hotter, I might explode. Hear that? Infernal engine for a heart. Lets me burn as hot as the hells. Seems to be running in overdrive since I left Avernus. Won't be seeing my mechanic anytime soon, so I'll just make the most of the extra heat. Just don't get too close till I've found a way to calm it down. High pain tolerance, and a dynamic duo of truly shitty bosses. But it's a bit early in the game to be getting into tragic backstories. Let's save the Scar show for later, after we've worked up an appetite for tragedy. Meanwhile, I'll need to find someone who can tune up my engine sooner rather than later. Believe me when I say this thing is hot. The first time I faced down those paladins, they let slip there was an infernal mechanic in the area. A tiefling. He might be able to stabilize things, if I can find him. Sounds like a good lead. Hopefully our guy will be among them. A tune-up would do this old tub a world of good.
Whatever killed those gnolls might be nearby. Careful.
Hellsfire. She's coming.
Wyll, you've been naughty. And you know what happens when you're naughty.
God damn it. Anyone but her.
Wyll, you absolute stinker. You kept me a secret? Time to let the Hellcat out of the bag. Call me Mizora. I'm Wyll's patron, the fount of his power. My pet's been unruly, and his leash needs a yank. We had a deal, Wyll. But Karlach's still breathing.
I've taken more pleasant shits than you, Mizora. And at least those can be buried after.
That's no kind of talk for a lady. By the way, Karlach, Zariel sends her regards.
You told me! Devils only! She's a tiefling, not a monster!
How precious. The little pupster's found his bark.
Clause G, Section 9. Target shall be limited to the infernal, the demonic, the heartless, and the soulless.
Karlach meets the criteria by virtue of having no heart. Don't you worry. That ship has long sailed the Styx. But a defiant pup must still pay his price. To wit.
Wyll burns in the fires of Avernus. The lightning storms of Dis strike his flesh. His soul passes through each layer of the hells, gaining their essence and their torment.
That's better.
What the hells have you done?
A promise broken, a price paid. You know the terms.
Get used to the new form, pet.
There's no going back. Some magic even I can't undo.
Now, let's see how the frontiers fare without their precious blade.
Karlach, keep an eye on him, would you? I'll be keeping mine on you. Oh, and Wyll, don't forget, our pact still stands. Ta-ta.
I'll be honest, soldier. I'm reeling. Wyll hardly knows me, but he chose my life over his. Been a long time since someone stuck their neck out for me like that. You can say that again. When he was chasing me through Avernus, I thought he was just another sad merc. How wrong I was. Hey, soldier. The year, Tenere. The place, a sleepy little town called Baldur's Gate. Our hero, Karlach, a knock-kneed delinquent from the outer city with everything to give and nothing to lose. I was a kid looking for a way to fill my days and make some cash when I fell into the wrong crowd. Worked for a guy I respected. A lot. Turns out the feeling wasn't mutual. Through the jigs and the reels, he made a deal with Zariel behind my back. You know Zariel, right? Archdevil of Avernus. She put this thing in my chest and set me to work. Well, to war. I learned quick how to stay alive. And the engine served me when it came to killing devils. 10 years of that. The stories I could tell. I'll mete out the best ones bit by bit, so you always have a reason to keep me around. Clever, right? Guy named Gortash. Politician. Inventor. One of these wheeler-dealer types who seems to have a finger in every pie. I guess I was naive to think everything he got up to was above board. What did I know? I saw a job. A good job. With people I liked, doing work I was good at. Sometimes I'm jealous of that girl. Ugh, to feel so invincible again. First things first, I need to get this engine tuned up. Thing's powerful, but it's been feeling volatile ever since I left the Hells. Can't be too hard to find an infernal mechanic around here, right? Gives me energy. Power. But you've seen it in action. Very hard to control. If I'm excited at all, angry, nervous, delighted, enticed, I burn hot. Hot enough to burn anyone who gets close. I try not to think about it. I still think about it constantly, but, you know, I try. One of these days, I'll sort the whole infernal affair out, get myself cooled off, start making up for lost time. But not today.
Gods damn her, straight back to the Hells. Just look at me. I did what was right.
And Mazora made me pay for it. I'd be hunting devils and demons, she said. Traitors and hypocrites, heartless evils of all sorts, but not Zariel's victims. Not innocent tieflings.
Warlock pacts tend to be unforgiving from what you know of them. Wyll was lucky he didn't face a more severe punishment.
I'll say what I can, but it won't be enough. It's Mazora who grants me the power to conjure armor and cast eldritch blasts. Before I was infected, I could even call hell beasts and summon festering clouds. But I promise you, every thrust of my blade and every flame I sparked was for the good of the coast. I can't utter the terms or circumstances of the pact. I can tell you most all else, but the pact, I'm forbidden, unless Mazora permits it. But I'll say this. The moment I pacted myself to Mazora, I have not regretted for a heartbeat. It was my proudest deed. It was worth the sacrifice. All I can give you on that is my solemn word.
cannot help feeling Wyll got off lightly. Having a devil in our camp will certainly make things interesting. Never a dull day.
We all have our burdens, one way or the other.
So, Wyll did the right thing, and it earned him a set of horns. Let that be a lesson to us all. I've already apologized, unless you're looking for another nibble. Maybe. But there won't be any more midnight surprises. I can promise you that. Why do you insist on exhuming the past? I was a slave. Perhaps I still am. But now, I've been conveniently lost. It's simple. Just find... In theory, the next step is to drink their blood. Once you've done that, you're free. People think the biggest threat to a vampire... The biggest threat to a vampire? So why would any vampire give up control over a spawn to create a competitor? Trust me, it doesn't happen.
I hope Mizora flies into the blades of a windmill for what she did to Wyll. Though, I must admit, the new look is a little... dashing. Fine. What's on your mind? I must admit, you... Besides, you saved my life aboard the Nautiloid.
What's the story? We were both part of Zariel's inner circle. In the grand scheme of things, I'm inconsequential to Zariel. But she favored me like a child favors a captive pet. Mizora envied the attention, I suppose. I'm sure when Zariel gave her the order to hunt me down, Mizora was delighted. No kidding. The fighting, the chaos, the betrayal. It had the makings of a good stage show, but I did not want to be one of the players. I don't know. You'd think she'd have more important things to do. Devils and their pride.